I just want to acknowledge our program within Pelmorex. But first of all, if you do not have our weather app downloaded on your phones, which is the Weather Network, please do that right now. Thank you. So our program is called the Catalyst Program, and it's essentially a peer coaching model within Pelmorex. And really what we wanted to do was look for a program with dual benefit. So coaching our leaders to become better coaches, and also developing the mentors that they're working with within their peer coaching groups. And also building connection, as Glenn mentioned, with employees at all levels. So giving our leaders exposure to employees within other business units that they don't have exposure to, hence creating sponsorship and potential mentorship opportunities down the road. It's really quickly become one of our flagship leadership programs. We actually have a waiting list for this program. We run about 50 employees through every year, and everyone's like, oh my God, when's the next one? I missed it. And so huge buy-in at all levels of leadership, huge buy-in at all levels of employees as well, which has led to the success. And what I will say is that coaching is quickly becoming a leadership muscle for us, and more importantly, it's not on the HR team. This is actually on our senior leaders. They're developing their coaching skills within their groups, but then also taking it back to their teams, which has huge impact throughout the organization. So what I will say is we wouldn't be where we are today with our amazing leaders, and we have 4 of them joining me tonight. So we have Peter, Matt, Martin, and Maureen. Thank you so much for all the work that you do for us. We couldn't do it without you. And also a huge thank you to Glyne and her team. Glyne has been a partner for me personally for over 20 years, and to Pelmorex for a number of those years as well. And she's quickly become a fabric within Pelmorex. She's not an external consultant, she's a true partner. She challenges me, she brings huge value, and we honestly couldn't do this without you. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so Oscar Wilde said, no, I'm just kidding, I won't do that. But it is about consistency. It's a long-term partnership. You know, if you want to make a change, right, and in and out doesn't work. So Pelmorex, what can I tell you about the Catalyst program? The idea came to me when I was doing a program for one of the big financial institutions, and it was under their diversity umbrella, and we were talking about the difference between mentorship and sponsorship, and a penny dropped for me that we often, because I've been in the women's space for a long time too, and we say that women need mentors, and women don't need mentors, they need sponsors. How do you get a sponsor? Well, a sponsor has to see you in action, because when I see you in action, then I'm going to put my neck out for you. And I thought, oh, so why do we do mentoring one-to-one all the time? Why don't we do mentoring in groups? And then senior leaders could see talent, and they could see people that they don't necessarily work with, and at the same time we could coach senior leaders under the radar to be better coaches without them maybe even realizing that that's what we were doing, right? And they could then also learn tools that they could take to their own teams, and then we start creating this giant ripple effect in organizations where leaders are not just working and getting to frankly practice some things in maybe some safe spaces. You know, doing things with people that aren't their direct reports, practice a bit, and then they can go back and do it with their direct reports, right? So we start to build that muscle. And I think the team at Pelmorex, I want to give a really big shout out to, because they have really embraced this. They drive this programming, they drive the content, they think about what they want to talk about with their groups. And what's really incredible to me is these are very busy people. We tend to work with the top talent in organizations. Our programs are really designed for I call them the type A's, the recovering type A's. So these are people that take the time, make the time, and have on their own chosen to continue with some of their groups, to keep the momentum going with some of their groups. Busy people don't do that unless they're getting reciprocal value, right? And so I think there's so much power when we can really embed coaching into the fabric of an organization, into the day-to-day work of team leaders to keep it going and sustainable. So amazing to see the continued growth. This team has taken the Catalyst program further than I ever thought it would go, and a great test.